All right, everybody. Hello again. We are here with Group C now on day 6 of the round of 16 back at OSL. We have Hwasin versus go.go here. And let me talk about the game before this real quick. If you did not see it, okay, the game was Zero versus Bisu. Now, Zero has already been impressing us with his awesome infested Terrans and just overall really impressive and really creative play. So Zero plays Bisu in the last game of Group C here, makes 5 queens, and then snipes off Bisu's Templars with Broodlings, spawn Broodling. It was freaking insane. He beat Bisu. Bisu is currently 1-2. Zero is gone. He is 3-0, man. He perfected, swept this group. He is moving on to the round of 8. So here's how this happens, all right? We have go.go and Hwasin. Hwasin playing a lot more poorly than usual, than at least I usually see him play. So he is 0-2. go.go is 1-1. So if Hwasin wins this, he goes 1-2, go.go goes 1-2, and then Bisu is 1-2. So for the third time today, we are going to have a chance of either somebody to get knocked out, which is Bisu, who's saying his prayers right now, or not Bisu, Hwasin would get knocked out. And if this were the case, in fact, this would also knock out, let me see here, if go.go were to win this, he'd be 2-1, Zero would be 3-0. This would knock out Bisu and Hwasin, and go.go and Zero would be advancing. So Bisu wants Hwasin to win, Hwasin wants Hwasin to win, and this should be a pretty interesting game here. Again, this is Terran versus Terran, and we forgot to take down the colors, so let's just catch them real quick at the beginning. And they always cover it up. And this is the way to tell colors, by the way, you guys. They show them for a second in the beginning here. And it looks like
purple.
Hwasin is purple. All right, so Hwasin is purple and go.go is white. There is go.go down there on the left side. This is Heartbreak Ridge.
I have to say, it's hard to know who would win this matchup. I kind of think that in TVT, I would be favoring go.go here, regardless of how Hwasin's been playing lately. Hwasin actually is still in the MSL. He did make it to the round of 16, so Hwasin not playing poorly. But I do feel that Terran, TVT is not that great of a matchup for Hwasin. Hwasin, more known as like a Zerg sniper. He really impresses me with his play. Like, yeah, TVZ. He's actually a lot worse at TVP than I thought. He's only 47% versus Protoss, and he's actually 63% against Zerg. So really, he's really more of a Zerg sniper. I mean, he certainly doesn't play poorly, but he's 52% versus Terran, and go.go, even though he's pretty bad in his other matches, is actually 55% TVT. So statistically, pretty even. go.go has the edge here a little bit, but I just feel that the go.go Terran versus Terran, yeah, is just played more solidly than Hwasin has in the past.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. And Hwasin, being the hair toss that he is, or the hair player, Mike, dude, what are these signs? Hwasin, we were mentioning to each other before this that if Hwasin loses, meaning of course that Bisu would lose, they can both go talk and lament over themselves at the salon, because we all know.
Pity party at the salon.
Pity party. Well, they both have the best hair in StarCraft, so I mean they have that's their consolation they can find in themselves. If you were Super Daniel Man, that is what you would say to yourself.
Bisu will buy Hwasin an orange caramel macchiato or whatever, and they'll talk,
Orange mocha frappuccino.
They'll have a pity party at the salon.
Right, right.
It looks like we are just going to see standard play by both players, and both players setting out their SCVs right on cue. Heartbreak Ridge is a pretty big map. I would expect to see a long match on this map, and it's not called Heartbreak Ridge for nothing. There are a lot of ridges on this map, and obviously position is always very important for a TVT. It's not going to be an exception here. The player that gets on top of those ridges is going to have a distinct advantage against the player who's on the bottom of those ridges, which you're seeing a ridge right there. Right. There's a little picture of Hwasin, and another picture of Hwasin. So a lot of Hwasin, if you don't, I don't know.
There's go.go.
I don't know what that is. That's like a Pikmin or something. Hwasin is another one of these players that a lot of the girls like, kind of like Bisu. Yeah, a lot of it's in the hair, I guess, but better looking players. We've actually heard, if you listen to some of these interviews with some of the coaches, I've heard coaches actually say they will pick players based on their looks somewhat. It's very competitive, but if you've got a bunch of players that are all good, they tend to pick the player that's, better looking, because they know that they're going to look better on TV. It's going to be better for the team, I guess. a better looking player. But obviously, it doesn't have a huge effect in your StarCraft. BC was a beast, you know, before he grew out his hair and got all fruity. He was just a little loner in his room playing StarCraft.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but my point is, I'm sure he wasn't getting a lot of girls before he became the professional, awesome StarCraft player that he is.
So it should be noted that we're seeing a couple factories here. I believe that's what that was 2 factories. Meanwhile, that would be from go.go. Meanwhile, Hwasin is going to go for an expansion instead. Now, the second factory is kind of at a slightly hidden location. It's kind of on a plateau. Oh! Little Marine going down there. Awesome. And, yeah. Go.go would be one of those players that the girls do not tend to choose, I would have to say. But see, so there's the factory on the raised up location there, so hopefully it'll be kind of hidden here. But we do see another factory as well going up for Hwasin. So, you know, both players are still staying fairly mirrored, except for the fact, well, I guess you couldn't say that because Hwasin is going for an expansion, go.go is not going for the expansion, and it is hard to tell between these players, man. I don't know why, but White just sucks because White looks like everything else when it comes to these matches. Okay, so I would have to say right now, it doesn't look like, and looks like go.go is going to find the barracks. Not a big deal, of course, in Terran versus Terran. The barracks is mainly just used for scouting.
There's the second factory just now going down. So Washington hadn't built a second factory yet. He only had one in there. So there is going to be a distinct unit advantage in favor of go.go. And you can see go.go moving out with a lot of vultures, but he has to be careful. His forces are not together right now. Hwasin taking advantage of the fact that he has, well, actually, they're even now. It's 2 vultures on 2 vultures. He did have a little advantage, and the repairing is going to be critical here. Hwasin trying to repair his vulture, but now it's 3 on 2. Now it's 2 on 1, and these vultures are going to be able to go right into the base there and stop that natural expansion, and additionally be able to go into the main. It looks like there is 1 vulture to defend, so Hwasin might be able to defend. It looks like go.go is just picking off SCVs one by one, so he does have the luxury to do that, and it looks like Machine Shop just now going down, so very vulture-heavy build. We do see, you know, Terran versus Terran, a lot of times players do open up with just vultures, but look at this. go.go is just streaming vultures because he's got another factory. There is a long distance between them, but so far, Hwasin has been totally stopped from mining at this base and has lost a lot of SCVs.
Yeah, this is a fantastic harass. The reason he can make up for that distance is by having more factories, as you can see here. And both of those vultures have barely any health. But look at that, go.go Hwasin not targeting properly. You always want to try to target the vulture that obviously has least health there. go.go in the main here early. This is crazy. Now, go.go just now getting his expansion. Obviously, he feels he's done enough economic damage to Hwasin to be able to get an expansion.